just the same as they've been making money on Bitcoin. And that's great. But, what happens if they shut the door on you and wipe out your account just by a keystroke? And it's happened. I know guys that have lost $50, $60, $70,000, and their screens have been wiped clean. Okay, how can people still believe in the digital assets after all this going on? Unless you want somebody to be looking after all your money. Is that what you want? You want somebody to handle all your money? Doesn't even make sense. Take your money, take care of it yourself, as I do, as I've been doing for years and years. They're all in safe spots. Okay, so if that's the case, there's the worst thing you could do. I mean, they lay out this stuff just so they can rip you off. They make it so easy for, if you have to put this on the screen, then it's out into the internet world, right? And everybody, same as the online banking and all this other stuff, they can manipulate it. I mean, I've been ripped off several times by trying to use my debit card, Visa debit card, because I've never owned a credit card, but I've used a Visa debit card to go buy things, and of course it's all fake. So that's what they do. They set it up to, so they can. It's a digital world, and the digital world is not safe. That's all I'm saying. All your hard-earned money can be gone in an instant. Your life is ruined in a split second. That's how easy it is. They can't do that with if you buy silver, gold, copper, whatever you're storing. It's a physical asset. They have to come in, break in, find it first, and then steal it. And then you got to pick it up and haul it, which is not easy. Okay, this is why the galactics are putting pressure on the global government to start demanding answers and accountability. They're the ones that are demanding it, because they want humanity to be rich and prosperous like them. Because if we're rich and prosperous, the health and the Christ consciousness and all this beautiful technology will be at our fingertips. Okay, all who expropriate humanity's suffering will pay the price. Because if you're playing around creating havoc and chaos in people's lives through the digital currency, you're on the books. Your picture is you are being watched, and if you have something over your screen that is not recording your facial recognition, then they got your IP numbers and your location. The NSA knows exactly what we're talking about, where we're talking about it, where we're talking from, our location, and everything that we say. Why do you think I'm being so shadow banned? It's not from the NSA, or maybe it is. Maybe they just don't want me to get that information out there yet. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that, why put yourself in that position? Be smarter than that, gang. Be a lot smarter than that. It's extremely important that we protect ourselves, to protect our families. If you get wiped out financially, what does that do to your whole family? I've been saying this for years. Keep your money out of the banks. The banks are in cahoots with the government. The government can tell the bank, freeze that account, as they have done in Canada, just by having a political view. And what has happened? What happened? You know what happened. People got their bank accounts frozen and couldn't get their money out for months and months. It caused havoc. That was totally illegal what Castro did. Okay? So And then he's gotten away. Has he gotten away with it? I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's a two-tier, legal system. You know, there's one for the rich and one for the poor. Don't buy into this bullshit. And like I said, you know, to keep yourself safe, go all your money that you're receiving, okay? Go and hide it. If you're, you know, put it into storage. Do whatever you have to do. Make sure if you're driving a vehicle, make sure your gas tank is always filled up. And also keep all your blinkers and your lights working, okay? I know it's difficult, but that you don't want to give the cops any reason to stop you and give you a fine that is not legal. Because then you got to go into court, you got to waste time, you got to go fight them, and blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. You know, wear your seatbelts if you have to. Give them zero reason why to stop you. And if they do stop you, ask them, why are you stopping me? What is the reason? Because you really don't have to talk to them. They only represent corporations. That's all they do. All right? I got more stuff in my brain here. Yeah, I've got some updates on the Strait of Hormuz. And I'm going to have to probably update you in a bit of a code thing because I got to watch my wording. How you doing, Peter? Good to see you. And Sheila. Grasshopper, the giant. Yeah, my brother is a huge farmer in Hill Spring. Yeah, good. We need the farmers. They are the rock stars. And I hope that they can come back and do the things they do. I mean, listen, you know, I believe that the ranchers, with all the beef and everything that's out there, you know, we give them praise because we would never have a steak on the table if it wasn't for them. So, you know, but what I'm saying is that it's turned into an industry that we cannot accept because of what they're doing and how they're you know, shooting these. It's getting too corrupt. So it has to be, you know, I believe it has to be pulled back to a smaller, more controlled environment. And when I get my RV and get some happening, I'm going to get a spread of land up here in the East Kootenays, so where I can run my own cattle. And then I can help feed the area with that as well. And I'm a humanitarian. I love animals. I love goats and pigs and horses, and you know, it's you know, it is what it is. What I want people to do maybe is watch Yellowstone, and watch it not just from the first season, second season, third and fourth. Watch the fifth season as well. And it shows how it might be a little bit dramatic, but and it might be over the top in some cases, but this is exactly what is going on in the war for power in the food and the meat industry. And of course the land is always being fought over, and how, you know, how families are always under this struggle to maintain a livelihood. I believe that Yellowstone is a great example. Taylor Sheridan did a marvelous job. I mean, here's a guy that was at 40 years old, was living in his camper, I think it was, or the backseat of his van, and then he finally got somebody to listen to his scripts and stuff like that, and now he's you know, bringing in millions and millions of dollars, and he's an absolute rock star. So I mean, you know, and just the way he's played everything out, and now they got all these other spin-offs going on there, and I think this is these spin-offs from Yellowstone is really the reality, in, you know, because the way I see it, in our farming and ranching community, and Montana, like that Dutton Ranch is right from the I think the Boise area of Montana, and we're like, I'm located just about an hour north of Eureka, Montana. So, we see, like, we ranchers up here and ranchers down in Montana really are about the same mindset on how things are going. There is really no border to speak of, nothing at the level of what it is, say, in Sumas or Blaine in Vancouver and stuff like that. I mean, that's a whole different animal that's down there. But that's what I'm saying is that